Got all my sweat and slithering out of the chair like she's made of liquid and doesn't have a spine, like probably pizza. It feels weird to show you this because it seems like it's underwear. It's not. What are you guys doing right now? Like, it's uncomfortable to watch. Hello, today I'm doing a video that I told you guys I would do maybe like a year ago, and it never happened. So now it's happening. I'm going to share with you guys my 5 favorite ethical, sustainable brands to shop from. I'm going to show you guys a few of my favorite things that I have from these brands that I have in some cases worn out. And then I do have a little box of some new things to show you from Noonday that just came out with their spring line. So we're going to get into all that. I just want to throw a disclaimer here. It's always hard to make sure that you cover all the bases of things that people might possibly question if you're talking about something. I think the reason that I've shied away from doing this video is because ethical brand means something a little bit different to everybody, right? There's not like a standard across the board. Are you talking about the treatment of their workers? Are you talking about whether or not their process to make the clothing is good for the environment? Are you talking about whether or not they use any animal products, if they use any leather or anything like that? There's a lot that encompasses when you start talking about like ethical, sustainable brands. So I just want to say that I'm not an expert and I'm not coming to you as an expert. 3 of these are brands that I've known about and shopped from for a long time. And then there's a few that you guys actually shared with me last year and I started shopping from there. So I will also put a link down below in the description box to an app. And the name of it escapes me right now. Good something. Basically, it's an app that allows you to look up different clothing brands and see sort of where they rate. And it does break it up like I was just discussing, where you can find out, are they good for the environment? How do they treat their employees? Like that sort of thing. That's just my little caveat before we begin. But at the end of the day, like everything else in life, it's up to you to decide where you would like to give your hard-earned money, what companies you would like to support and not support, and all of that. So without further ado, let us jump in. Okay, so the first brand that I'm going to share with you guys is Able. And the long name is, they actually go by like fashion. It's like fashionable, but then the A-B-L-E is capitalized, looks fashion, Able. So I have shopped from them for probably a year or so now. And I have a couple of different things from them. I'm not going to sit here and say, here's everything I have from this brand, but just a couple key things. So this denim jacket is a staple in my wardrobe, an absolute staple, and arguably my favorite denim jacket I have ever tried on. It comes to you like already ready to wear. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes denim jackets can be like stiff and you feel like, and you got to like really break them in. This one is almost like pre-broken in, I guess is the best way to explain it. And I think, here's how you know that I love it, is that this was not a cheap jacket, right? Okay, that's the other thing that I probably should have started this whole video out with, is that a lot of times when you start going down the road of like ethical, sustainable clothing brands, you're going to see that the price tags go up and up and up and up and up to Target and Walmart and Old Navy and those sort of brands. These things are not in the same price bracket as those. And I think it's probably pretty obvious why. Like when you're paying your workers fairly and you're paying everybody throughout the production chain fairly and appropriately, there's typically not something you can make for $5. So with that said, this is not an inexpensive jacket. And I lost mine at my grandmother's funeral last year. I left it behind in the hotel. I called, they said they didn't have it, but I know I left it there. So it disappeared, right? So I really hummed and hawed about it for a while because I was like, oh, I hate that I lost it. I love that jacket. But I felt like, well, it's your own stupid fault. I didn't want to spend the money. Long story short, I bought another one, obviously. So that's how you know I really love it, is I was willing to spend the money on it again for a second time when I'd lost the first one. So I love this jacket. If you are in the market for a jean jacket, that's by far my favorite one of any jean jacket I've ever owned. One of the other things that I've had from them for a very long time, as can be seen by the wear and tear on it, is this leather wallet. I believe this is the Deborah wallet. And these, yes, it says on here, handmade in Ethiopia. So these are made in Ethiopia. You can see they've got like the Able imprint, what's that called? Debossing? I don't know. Debossing, embossing, I don't know which one. I love this wallet so much. I love the worn feel of it. Like I said, I've had it for a while, and as it gets little scratches on it and stuff like that, that is one of my favorite things about having like a real leather wallet. Now, obviously, if you get something, if you spill something on it, if something gets in there from your purse or whatever, kid snots on it or something, it's gonna leave a mark, but I like it. It gives it character. That's one of my favorites to shop from is Able, and those are sort of my top two favorite pieces, if you will. The next brand that I will discuss with you is Everlane. So Everlane is one that you guys introduced me to. I didn't know about Everlane, and when I mentioned sustainable, ethical clothing stores, Everlane was one that just came repeatedly recommended. So I started perusing on their website, and I think I had purchased one or two things. I don't exactly remember what it was, the first things I purchased. Oh, the dogs are barking, that's great. Again, they have a lot of basics, a lot of, the thing that I find that I prefer to do with these brands is buy either basics pieces that I know I'm gonna get a ton of wear and tear out of, or maybe something really special. But I try not to get too trendy of items from these places that are gonna be more expensive. So when I went to New York in 2019, before the pandy, I went into an Everlane store for the first time because they do not have Everlane stores where I live. So I went into one for the first time and was able to try on jeans and stuff like that. So I did end up with one pair of jeans from them, and that I liked, that fit me well. And I think one of my favorite things to get from them, like I said, I love so many of their basics. So this is just like one of their button-ups. You guys have probably seen me wear this shirt about 1,000,000 times. I absolutely love this. I still want to do that video talking about different ways to style these. I just don't do a ton of fashion content. So I feel like I do like one or two videos a month that are like fashion related or whatever. So that one sometimes just seems to slip my mind, but I would like to do it. This just a classic blue and white stripe that has probably pizza. I'm gonna go out on a limb. Probably pizza on the collar, who knows? And I love this shirt. It's so comfortable. I love these like classic button-ups because I totally feel like you can dress them up, dress them down, do so many different things with them. This is something that I purchased from Everlane that you can see I have not worn yet. It feels weird to show you this because it seems like it's underwear. It's not. It's a bodysuit. I have not gotten into the bodysuit realm of things. You know, I'm an old lady. I don't keep up with the trends, and I realize that people have been wearing bodysuits for a very long time, but to me, this just brings back like elementary dance uniform vibes. So it's a little hard for me to get on that train, but that's okay. I've had a couple sweaters that I really love from them. I did accidentally shrink my favorite sweater from them because I did not wash it properly. So now my 12-year-old daughter wears it because it fits her. It literally was like, sweater, ooh, little sweater. They have so many great basics, and they're always coming out with different things. And there's also tons of really great like fashion type channels out here. I'm sorry, I'm watching the llama and the horse. They have gotten to the point where they're like frenemies. So they come to the fence and they like touch faces and stuff, and then they start like kind of chewing and biting and looking at each other's faces, where it's like you can't tell if they're angry, but they're not actually hurting each other. They're both still kind of there for it. I'm like, what are you guys doing right now? Like, it's uncomfortable to watch. I feel like I shouldn't be looking, you know? So Everlane, what was I saying? Oh, there's a bunch of great channels on YouTube that I love to watch that will do like seasonal Everlane hauls and share like style guides and stuff for styling pieces from Everlane. And those are like some of my favorite videos to watch. They're great. And Everlane, like I said, I really have liked pretty much everything I've ever gotten from them. The only reason I've ever returned something is because it didn't fit. For example, their baseball cap. Apparently I have a giant head. I tried to order like a plain black baseball cap thinking that would like make me look cool. It did not. The next brand is called Modern Citizen, and this is one that I discovered through one of the like ethical, sustainable fashion blogger channels. Obviously Modern Citizen, right? More modern, a lot of neutrals, a lot of basics, but also a lot of like almost like workwear kind of things. And my style is a little all over the place. I tend to kind of go through phases with things that I like. And I inevitably always end up sort of back at the same place. But sometimes I will wear things that are like a little more like bohemian or whatever. And then sometimes I'll wear things that are like really preppy or whatever. It's just whatever I feel like wearing. I just don't care. But Modern Citizen has pieces like that. So this is like a tank top. It's very hard to see, I realize, like the type of fabric because it's black, but it's got like these ruffle sleeves, ruffle collar. A lot of times, again, with this brand, I will watch for their sale section. They do great sales as they're like clearancing things out. That's where I got like that long black duster cardigan that I shared in a fall fashion video that I did. I have like an oversized sweater from them that I really love. So they have a lot of great stuff. It's just, it is pricey, but if you watch their sale section, that's where I like to shop from their sale section. But this is a shirt that I have worn a million times. Y'all have seen me wear a million times from Modern Citizen, and it is sort of, this button-up blouse, but it's like oversized and floofy. It's like it floofs over. Like it's not meant to look structured. It's meant to be very like flowy and floofy. I will say that if you have children, animals, and whatnot, I don't know if you can see the little bit of like pilling or like pulled thread on the back here. That's obviously a bit of a danger with shirts like this. So these are shirts that I typically save for like, if I'm gonna, well, for me and my job and stuff like that, I tried to find some nicer tops because when my book came out last year, I ended up doing a lot of like virtual interviews and stuff. And so I needed like nicer tops. So I was always just like I am today, right? Hair, makeup, cute top, and then on the bottom, I got on my sweatpants. So I was the same way if I ever had like an interview or something like that. So if you ever saw me on like morning news or when I did the Today Show or things like that, I promise you that I am wearing sweatpants and probably my Adidas slides on the bottom. So anyways, that's why you never hardly ever see me give you pants recommendations, because I don't like to wear them if I don't have to. I did share with you guys those favorite jeans from Old Navy, but okay. So next is, now this is not a brand, but I felt like it was important to share with you because it has become one of my go-tos. They did sponsor a video on this Gathered Nest on my vlog channel. I've worked with them. I usually work with them 3 or 4 times a year, but they did recently sponsor a video. This video is not sponsored by them. They don't know that I'm sharing it with you here on this channel. They didn't ask me to or anything like that. I talk about them and share about different things I get from them all the time. I have a current discount code. I will leave it down below in the description box because why not? That's not a code that I make money from, just so you're aware. But Thredup, so they are like an online thrift store. And truly it really is. I promise, like I work with them because I like them and I shop from them. This top is from Thredup. This top is a Free People top and it's from Thredup. It's one of my, so if you have a brand, like let's just say there's a certain brand of clothing that you really like, but you really want to stop spending money at said store or whatever, it is always an option to look for those things secondhand. And when it comes to like ethical, sustainable shopping, to be quite honest, if you wanted to just like go balls to the wall, like didn't want to, contribute to anything bad ever again, buying secondhand is sort of like the best way to do that, right? It's already been made. It's already in existence. There's nothing else that's going to, you're just preventing clothes from going into a landfill. So buying them from a secondhand thrift shop, something like that, is always a good idea. And also, like if you're buying from, I don't know, Poshmark or Depop or one of those sites or something like Thredup, you are then also a lot of times helping other ladies who are selling their stuff and I don't know, maybe decluttering or something like that. You're shopping for the greater good. We'll pretend. Go with it. So like I said, this top is from Thredup. This sweater that I wore in that video and I have worn nearly every day since, and I've had to actually like step away from the sweater. You cannot wear the same sweater every single day. And not because, by the way, I subscribe to any of that bull crap about like, can't wear the same outfit twice, can't wear it. It's not because of any of that. It's only because if I wear the same sweater all the time, then people will be like, did you just film all of this in one day? And they think it's all the same day, and then it's, a problem. So Thredup is one of my favorite places to to get, you know, secondhand clothes, a place that allows me to shop from brands that either maybe you don't want to, like I said, give your money to directly anymore, but you still like their stuff, or brands like Free People that are very, very pricey. And you might really like their style, you might really like their stuff, but you don't want to pay their new price tags. So getting things gently used that are still in great condition for half, a third, sometimes even less than that of the new price is always nice. Now, I feel like I need to get a sip of water or something. I have cotton mouth right now. Hold on, need a sip of coffee. That just like brings back all of the middle school, high school vibes of having to give a speech. What is wrong with my eye? There's something in my of having to give a speech or present something in front of the classroom, and it's like all of a sudden you have complete cotton mouth and you can't talk and you can't get words out and your lips are sticky and they're starting to like curl onto your teeth, and you're like, by the end of it, you look like Jim Carrey in that movie, and a face peeled off your skin because your mouth is so dry. Why does that happen? The next brand, again, this is one that I discovered through another channel that shares, you know, ethical clothing places or whatever. Saved this one for last because this is, you know, by far the most expensive of all of the brands that I've shared. And this is a brand that when I talked about like either getting basics from or something that's really different, something that's really timeless, but also like a special piece, right, that you would wear for like special occasion type thing. So Sezane, it's a brand from Paris, and I just want to tell you that, and I might have said this before if I've talked about them, but when you order something from them, it is an experience. Your box comes and you open it, and it is like the girl thing where you they spray perfume all over everything. You open it and it is, so if you don't like scents, be warned. It is a waft of what I would imagine their store in Paris probably smells like. It is like the Sezane smell. I think it's fantastic, but if you don't like scents, it really might be a little much for you. I will occasionally, for you know, a holiday, a birthday, something like that, gift myself a nice top from them if they have something I really, really like. Their pieces are absolutely beautiful. The quality is stunning. The few pieces that I have from them are favorites of mine. Back when we used to go to church on Sundays, when church was open to go to in person, it was nice to have just like a really beautiful, because we went to a church where you could wear whatever you wanted. You were welcome in whatever you wanted. But with kids and picking up kids and all that kind of stuff, I didn't really want to be wearing a whole lot of like dresses and skirts and stuff. And part of my style, I like to wear like a good high-rise jean and then like something like this, like a pretty button-up that I can tuck in with a belt and a cute pair of boots in the winter or something like that. That's very much my style. So I do have a few pieces from Sezane. I can tell you that if you do ever purchase something from them, you will likely not be disappointed. Like I said, the quality is fantastic. I do have a belt from them. Their belts are out of this world. That sounds really stupid, right? It's a belt. But they have absolutely beautiful belts that are very unique, and the quality is just incredible. I do also have one of their small leather wallets, like the really small ones. I don't know where it is at this moment. It's probably in my bag over there, and I've gotten up too many times. I'm tired and I don't want to do it again. So I've gotten one of their small leather wallets. So I've kind of dabbled in little different pieces from their brand. They're also really fantastic about returns. I have had to return things as well. Tried to buy a pair of jeans I couldn't stuff myself into, so I had to return those. But they just have really, really beautiful pieces. And yeah, my only complaint would be that the way they style the models, sometimes it's hard to even see the full piece. Like, what is this? They style them. You'll know if you go to the website. They style them in a way that you're sort of like, okay, I get it, right? She's French, she's relaxed, she's chill, she's a cool girl. Like, I get it. She's laying there all in the chair with like her top unbuttoned and like side boob and stuff. Like, I get it, okay? She's beautiful, we get it. But like, could she stand up and show us the shirt, please, instead of slithering out of the chair like she's made of liquid and doesn't have a spine? Like, that's all of the models there. I get it. It's like high fashion, whatever. I just wish I could see some of the items better, because it has prevented me in the past from being willing to like pull the trigger on buying something, because I'm like, I can't even really see the whole piece. Some of their items, like I said, are just so beautiful, and they make excellent gifts. For Christmas, I gave my mom a bottle of their perfume, and you can have it customized with an initial on it. It comes in this beautiful white like box that you could keep on a shelf, and like I said, it's just an experience. Their stuff is just beautiful and I love it. So I wish I would have known about it when Sierra and I went on our trip to Paris 2 years ago, because I probably would have hunted down the store just to go in. All right, if you've made it this far, you deserve a cookie. We're about to jump into the Noonday items, and I saved these for last so that I could get through all the brands. You guys have heard me talk about Noonday about 1,000,000 times. I discovered them a few years ago at an adoption conference when they were a brand new company, and over the years I've gotten to know Jessica Honegger, the one of the CEOs of the company, and she's a friend of mine now, and she's fantastic. And a few years ago, I'd always kind of wanted to be an ambassador for their brand, you know, like to. It's not a traditional MLM. Let me just go ahead and say that. I know there's a lot of like hate out there for those kinds of things. It's not a traditional MLM, and they are a certified B Corp, which is an incredibly hard designation to get. And they really do have a intention to make positive impacts around the world in different communities through job creation, through women and men being able to make a respectable living for their family, and using their talents and the products that are from the areas where they live. And it's just a beautiful company, and the heart behind it and everything. So I just really love them. That's why I continue to shop from them, support them. I am still an ambassador with them, but I don't do like the traditional like hosting trunk shows or anything like that. I just share with you guys the stuff that I buy for myself, the things that I like. And also, you should know, if you're not following me on Instagram, you probably want to be. There's a box over there that has the very large order from Noonday in it. That's all stuff that I got to give away to you guys. So if you like Noonday stuff, definitely make sure you're following me on Instagram, because I will be doing that giveaway soon over there. Noonday comes out with 2 new collections a year. They have a spring line and a fall line. They obviously have pieces that they continue to carry throughout that time that don't change, that stay for a long time, but you get to see new things come in the spring and in the fall. So they have a few different pieces. I just wanted to share with you a couple of the things that I picked up. They do have a lot of statement earrings, and for some people, things like this are just not their style. I mean, I love that, like the natural wood here and stuff. I absolutely love that. These are made in India, but they do have more simple pieces. These earrings I'm wearing, these little gold earrings, are from the new Noonday collection. They're always very in line with like what's trendy right now in terms of this type of jewelry. Just got these in and have been wearing these. I believe these are from the new spring collection. Those are made in Ethiopia, and I love them. The earrings that I have been wearing a ton, you guys have seen me wearing a ton in vlogs, are these hoops. They are very, very light. I absolutely love them. There's just something about these. When I first saw them, I was like, I don't know if I need another pair of hoops. I have a simple pair of gold hoops, and I have the front-facing gold hoops that are from Noonday. But these just really caught my eye, and I'm so glad I got them because they're light, and I have been wearing the heck out of them. So I love these. One of the other pairs of earrings that I picked up that I'm really excited to wear, I haven't yet, are these. These are made in India. Again, they're like a gold sort of hoopish shape with pearls on the front. I love those. This is like spring towards summer collection, so you're going to see things like this type of woven material. It's kind of like a rattan type material. These hoops are super cute for like big statement hoops for the summer. But like I said, you can do very simplistic jewelry through them. They have really beautiful like bracelet stacking I've shared with you guys before from the Storyline collection. Cross necklace. This necklace that I'm wearing right now, I'll link all of these things, of course, down below, but that's also from the Storyline collection, and this is more of like a fine jewelry. I really love the Storyline collection. You can see the name is signed here from the woman who made it, and this collection is made in a large Asian country, and all of the women who work on this collection are women that have these jobs, have been rescued out of sex trafficking, and so they take these women out of these brothels and get them out of these situations and give them jobs making this jewelry and helping them provide for their families that way. So it's a really fantastic line that I love. There's like a world necklace from that collection that I really like. And, you know, you can always, like I said, if you're not necessarily into jewelry, there's also a lot of accessory type items. This is like a bag tassel type thing that I just thought was cute to throw on to just like a plain leather tote. That they had this collection. What I've talked about most with you guys is the bags from Noonday. That is what really drew me to Noonday when I found them at that adoption conference, was their handbags. I loved their handbags from the jump. And over the years, I have collected a few different ones. You guys have probably heard me talk ad nauseum about the Homesteader backpack. Much like my Able wallet, this thing is well loved. It's just my favorite backpack bag. I actually hardly ever wear it as a backpack because it has this top shoulder strap. That's my favorite way to wear it. But I love how like soft it gets and worn in it gets, and I'll tie a scarf to it or put something on it just to jazz it up a little bit. But this has been a favorite of mine. But they also have really beautiful like embroidered and handmade bags. I don't remember where this one's from, but they do have a lot of beautiful products that come from Peru and other places like that. This is just an example of one. And then this bag I really like. This is called the Monterey, and this bag sold out so fast when it came out. I was like, I didn't get it in time, so I had to wait for the next wave to come in. But I really love this bag. It has a very similar shape to like a Louis Vuitton Speedy bag. It's that shape and got the top handle, except you also have the shoulder strap with it. And again, like I said, these Noonday bags are just, the craftsmanship on them is beautiful. I love that they are handmade. So everything is going to be like a little bit different, right? This is not like, what's it called? Like a production line perfection type thing. So they all have like a little bit of character and stuff to them, and I love that. They really hold up, and the longer you have them and use them, it's like the better they get, right? The softer they get, and I love them. So I will leave that stuff linked down below if you guys want to check out the new Noonday spring line, but that is one of my very favorite ethical places to shop from for jewelry, accessories, handbags, that sort of thing. If you've made it to the end of this video, I feel like you should get a cookie because I know it's going to be a long one. If you have cookies in your house, treat yourself to a cookie. You survived. 30-minute video with Angie. Don't forget, like I said, if you guys like Noonday stuff and you're not already following me on Instagram, be sure to head over there because I'm going to be working on getting those different giveaways set up soon. There's multiples of things, so it's not just going to be like one winner gets one thing. Able to kind of break that up and do a few giveaways and have a few different winners and stuff. So follow me over on Instagram if you're not already. Let me know if you have a favorite ethical, sustainable brand that maybe I've never heard of or other people have never heard of. You can share that in the comments down below. It's always nice to be able to peruse the comments and find out about something new that you might not already know about. That is it for me though today. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again very soon.
And I knew from the first time I met you, I knew that heart is never light, felt like the Sun King.